Delegates, NGOs and press broke away from the daily activities to tune in to Obama's Nobel Peace Prize speech. With only a week before his arrival in Copenhagen, all eyes and ears were on him for any mention of the United States' position on climate change.
Care for the sick is not mere charity.
And then, 15 minutes in,
It's also why the world must come together to confront climate change. There's little scientific dispute that if we do nothing, we will face more drought, more famine, more mass displacement, all of which will fuel more conflict for decades. For this reason, it is not merely scientists and environmental activists who call for swift and forceful action. It's military leaders in my own country and others who understand our common security hangs in the balance. Agreements among nations, strong institutions, support for human rights, investments in development.
His captivated audience seemed convinced next week would bring the change they hoped for.
I didn't really expect it, but I was, in the context that he made the speech, I think it's quite normal, quite a natural thing to say, due to the fact that actual climate will be one of the main obstacles in the future that will lead to disputes, maybe even war or internal aggression against populations. So I think it was a normal piece to put in the speech.
I mean, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, he didn't elaborate more on it. You know, it was a very brief comment on climate, so kind of get my expectations down for next week, unfortunately.
I think so. He's serious about environment, and that's why he has mentioned it as a part of peace processes. So I think he will take it seriously.
You believe this is a speech that will have resonance?
Other news of the day was AOSIS, the Alliance of Small Island States, who have come out with their own proposal that says any deal that allows temperatures to rise more than 1.5 degrees Celsius is not negotiable.
It takes a crisis really to trigger and to put, unfortunately, this is how sometimes how the globe works, that they need a crisis to effect a decision. And for the last 20 years we have been talking about this, we have not been heard. We've probably been seen but never heard until the environment has got to a stage in such a way that now it has brought the globe's attention because of the frequency of disasters, the frequencies of all these floods and so forth that I think everybody is now aware of. It's a little bit unfortunate, but for us we need to take advantage. If this is the time to make decisions, we must move beyond commitment, we must move beyond pledges, we must ensure that something does happen.
This is one island in Tuvalu. Name is Nuku'airai Atoll. If you choose the one person and click the face, you can see another photo and message from him. If people see this Google Earth data presentation, you can understand easily this island very, very fragile. If sea level rising, this is a very easy disappear in the world. It means these people's dream and future also disappear. This is a global warming problem. So please stop the global warming. Please make a nice decision this time.